YouTube in general really doesn't care about black people like that. They got their favorite creators. Log out of YouTube and go to YouTube. You'll see the people on the front page.
He ain't lying. I'm just saying, he ain't lying.
I'm going to try my best to articulate this video as thoroughly, as plainly, as eloquently as possible. I don't want there to be any lost context. I don't want to just look like I'm coming out of nowhere, having a temper tantrum because these things are happening. The allegations I am levying towards YouTube are extremely serious, and I'm taking this video extremely seriously.
Okay.
YouTube, you guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two. These are the three options.
My goodness. Not him saying what everybody secretly already thinks.
Options, YouTube. Which one is it? Here's my proof.
But nah, I want to make sure that I'm clear. I think that he's on to something. That may have came off a little bit like sarcastic or whatever. Well, obviously was, but like, you know, I think we all kind of, maybe not all, but I think a lot of us can see what he's saying.
I've been doing YouTube a long time, okay? I never want to be that guy, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, these issues are happening because I'm black. There have been certain situations that I looked at kind of funny. I said, it could be because of that, but nah, I'm not trying to press that. I don't want to build that narrative around my YouTube channel. This time, I can no longer let it slide. This is the situation. August 18th, I uploaded The Mortuary Assistant. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I did, I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing The Mortuary Assistant and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted.
That's telling.
So I appealed the restriction. Hey guys, I'm not sure why mine got age restricted. Could you look into this? Appeal rejected. They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Corey, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why, but it's restricted.
That's something that I think that YouTube does a absolutely horrible job at. And I think that it's largely like a lot of these social media platforms do a horrible job at, is not really telling you exactly why it is that your video may have gotten taken down or restricted. At least in my experience, TikTok will do it. It happens all the time on TikTok. Like, oh my God, TikTok niggas are so pussy, I swear. But that's besides the point. And the reasonings oftentimes are so off or just vague. But YouTube is even worse because they're not even telling them, I guess, under what circumstances got his video age gated, which is trash. But I think that's something that a little bit more transparency as far as that is concerned. I think that could do a lot of social media platforms well, especially for social media creators.
That's our final decision. I said, okay. I get with my YouTube rep. I send him an email. Hey, could you look at this? This is some weird stuff going on. Only my video got age restricted. My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said, hey, it could possibly be this part at the end where the woman was battling some depression. And I'm just going to leave it there, lest this video also get age restricted just because I'm talking about it. So I looked at that part. The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part or at least a part similar. Now, Markiplier, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I just want you to know I have a lot of respect for you, and I didn't mean to drag you into the middle of this. Your channel just happens to be a great reference point because A, you're a really big YouTuber, and B, you're not black. So I can look at your channel, and then I can look at my channel or look at anyone else's channel and make sure that the things in the games that you play, that they're enforcing the rules equally to everyone. So I go to Markiplier's Mortuary Assistant Part 3, and he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted. So I send the video to my YouTube rep. I say, hey, Markiplier has this situation in his video, but his isn't age restricted.
I mean, I don't know if baby Markiplier is part of like that old guard of YouTube. That shit might have have him a little bit more solidified. Not an excuse. It doesn't justify it, but maybe it kind of offers an explanation.
Could you send that to the policy team and see what they say about that? He said, wow, Corey, that's some astute detective work. Let me send this to them and see what they say. What do you think happened after that? I'll give you a second.
Nothing.
They came back and they removed my age restriction. They took it off after they already rejected my appeal.
Oof. I mean, I guess that's better than nothing happening. But, geez, I expected nothing to happen. Maybe I'm kind of a, I guess in a sense you could say I'm something of not a pessimist, but a cynic. I'm a cynical person. So, but that's very telling. Very telling.
I sent them the clip of Markiplier's video that has the same thing, and they removed it. Now, my YouTube rep, he was excited. He was, oh, great, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Look, Corey, they took the age restriction off.
But why'd I have to do all that?
I said, why?
Yeah.
I expected them to triple down and give Markiplier an age restriction too.
Yeah.
But they looked at Mark's video, and they used that to verify my innocence. So I send my YouTube rep a lengthy email detailing my feelings about the entire situation, feeling like there was some favoritism at play. There was either that or some racism at play, and that I would like to sit down with the policy team and figure out why my video was flagged in the first place. Actually, number one, was it automated or was it a human that age restricted it in the first place?
Right.
Number two, who was the human reviewer? Because it's a human reviewer once you submit an appeal.
Yeah.
Who was the human reviewer that doubled down and rejected my appeal? Number three, why did it take Markiplier's clip in order for them to reverse the decision?
Yeah.
My YouTube rep gets back with me. He wants to hop on a call. We get on the phone for about 10, 15 minutes, and I tell him, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm #1 trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue. They nitpick and they try and find something that they can incriminate me for and try to push me down.
Yeah, I know of him. I'll say I know of him. I don't know him extensively. I just seen this video at #1 on the trending, and I'm just looking for stuff to react to. But if what he's saying is the case, well, not what he's saying. If he's saying he has the clips to prove it, that's mad sus, bro. Like just on like a, you know what I'm saying, a personal level. Like I feel like that's just mad sus. If you're not applying that same energy to everybody else, and I mean, as fucked up as it sounds, I would really hope that it's favoritism over racism. That for sure. You know what I mean? Black creators are gonna thrive on any platform that they are, period. You know what I'm saying? But it is discouraging if the case is it's just black creators get get viewed with a different lens than maybe a white creator who's in a similar place within the YouTube hierarchy. That's whack, bro. Straight up. It's discouraging and it's fucking whack and it's fucking wrong. You know?
You don't believe me? What happened the last time I came back and I was #1 trending for like a week? They copyright struck me for a video that was in 2019 or something like that.
Damn.
Why don't these issues ever crop up when I'm not uploading?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not on YouTube like 9 months out of the year. Nothing ever happens until I come back and I start uploading again.
You could just hear the anger in this motherfucker's voice too. He's not happy with this shit.
And I'm getting my numbers, they're climbing, they're exploding. I'm #1 trending, and then they're like, "Hey, we need to stop him. We need to this black man, he's getting too many views. He's getting too much exposure, too much activity." Hold that thought. Let's get back to the current situation. So my YouTube rep assures me he's going to continue this dialogue with the policy team and try to get some answers to those 3 questions that I had. So another day, another 2 days go by, and what do you know? They age restricted the video.
What?
They age restricted the video. I say, no way did they do that. I go to Markiplier's video now, And now his video is age restricted.
Okay.
They got caught with their pants down. They got called out, and then they had to go back and say, oh, whoa. Okay, we see the narrative that he's kind of pushing here. We need to take some steps back. We need to just age restrict them both and be done with it. You thought that I wasn't going to like talk about this, make a video about it? You realize how bad this looks for you, YouTube. You realize how unfair this comes across. I, in all my years, have never seen a video get age restricted, de-age restricted, and then age restricted again. Have any of you ever seen that happen before? They
age restricted, de-age restricted, and re-age restricted is crazy. He missed the bar right there. That would have been a bar. But now, all jokes aside, that's mad, bro. That is mad. And I'm glad that he has like receipts to prove like that he was on, like he was kind of putting two and two together very early on.
I saw that there was some unfair stuff going on. So then they tried to appease me by de-age restricting the video. I say, wait, why are you doing that? Because I sent Markiplier's clip. And then they say, oh, okay, well, let's just age restrict them both. Why is my channel so much more heavily scrutinized than my peers? My peers, and when I say peers, I mean people around my level, around my view count, just to keep it simple. Why is my channel so much more thoroughly scrutinized? Especially so when I've been #1 trending multiple days in a row, which I've done multiple times. And every single time I start to get an uptick in traction, an uptick in activity, here comes YouTube coming through. Hey, let's get him for that video from 2019. Yeah, you see this, Corey? No, this is bad. It wasn't bad the 9 months that I was off the platform.
Right.
It was only bad when I got back and I was #1 trending.
Trash.
This situation was only bad because I've been #1 trending since I got back. Every other YouTuber has uploaded the Mortuary Assistant.
Yeah.
And now they're about to start putting in some age restrictions because I called them out on some unfair behavior. Now I realize that when you call someone a racist, that's a very, very serious accusation. And for that matter, how do you expressly...
I remember I called a teacher racist when she sent me out to class. That was when I realized the power that accusing somebody of being a racist has. It's almost as if racism is actually being exhibited, I'm the kind of person. In that case, I was wrong. I was like in 8th grade. I was a young kid. I want to just specify that by saying, but I heard someone once say that it's almost as if being called racist is worse than actually being racist. If somebody exhibits that type of activity or that type of behavior and you call them out on that, the call out is like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And, that's something that I personally don't throw around lightly. But for lack of a better, term, spade is a spade. I know that's kind of racist. Apparently, I didn't know that until recently, but fuck it. The point still stands. I don't mean it that way.
Prove that someone is a racist. I mean, unless they're spamming the N-word in the chat. How do you really know? And admittedly, I cannot 100% prove that race had everything to do with this. But I can tell you the people on that policy team, those shadow people that are anonymous and get to enact their will however they see fit. How can we be sure that they take a black person's video and a white person's video, and it can be the same exact video, and they restrict the black person's video, but not the white person's video? I feel I've been mistreated for a long time. I mean, even when we hit 10 million subscribers, and I was supposed to get my diamond play button, and there was no correspondence. These situations always coincide with an uptick of growth. And it always just comes off like, we can't let this black guy get too high up. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm telling you, that's how it comes off. I don't see any other YouTuber that gets #1 trending many times, and then all of a sudden they're getting age restricted and they're getting copyright strikes and all of that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Point them out. I want to see them. I'll retract this entire video. I'll make a public apology to YouTube. I have no problem. My dad taught me, if you make a mistake, be a man and address it and apologize. I will do that, no problem. But to me, you know what it comes off? It comes off whenever CoryxKenshin starts doing some crazy numbers or getting on trending too much. We got to find something. We got to get him for something. He's got to have done something. I mean, I bleep out cuss words in video games. Like, I literally, this is the YouTuber that you want to have smoke with and have problems with. I believe there is some racism involved within the policy team, and YouTube in general really doesn't care about black people like that. They got their favorite creators. You know, log out of YouTube. Log out and go to YouTube. You'll see the people on the front page every single day.
Man, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. I'm just saying, he ain't lying. Ever since I became aware of the culture of YouTube, it was abundantly clear that they had the ones that they was really fucking with. Now, I would say that was around like 2012, 2013. Now, those faces are vastly different. They've changed. There's been generations and old guards and new guards and shit like that. And that's why I brought up Markiplier as being an individual of the older guard. And maybe he has a little bit of clout. He has a little bit of pull of some sort. But you start to notice a correspondence between the types of individuals that they have, that they'll heavily feature on like the trending page. Like, for example, I remember, I forgot what it was. This is America. This is America was like the most viewed video in like of that week or whatever, and it never touched the trending page, I think. If I'm incorrect, please correct me. But I know for sure it didn't touch #1, even though it was the most viewed video that week. Granted, it could be because of the topic of it or whatever the case is. That's fine. You know what I mean? But that one comes to mind immediately. But man, you can't help but acknowledge that there generally seems to be a kind of a type. And listen, keep in consideration, there are exceptions and caveats to everything. You can pull up, well, what about, I don't know, what about Lily Singh or what about Liza Koshy or there's individuals for sure. I'm not saying that there's none, but I'm saying that there's something of an overrepresentation of certain kinds of people over others when it comes to how YouTube pushes things. I have to agree with them on that. I've always noticed that. And it's always been viewed to me as just an unfortunate reality of YouTube. I don't complain about it. It's just what it is. But to hear him say it out loud, I have to agree.
You'll see the favorites. Count how many are black. Count how many are of people of color. So then what does YouTube try and do? They try and peddle YouTube black. They try and give us a spotlight. And do you know how condescending and patronizing that is? Oh, yeah, let's give a spotlight to these black creators because we're all about diversity. All this communicates is black people aren't good enough on their own skill, on their own merits, on their own talent. So we got to give them a spotlight. We got to come down and raise them up so they can get some spotlight action. Well, how about you save all that YouTube black, all that fake patronage, all that fake pandering that you guys do, and when you have a black creator coming to you repeatedly saying, why am I being treated differently than other creators? And then you come back and, oh, we gotta age restricted, and then, oh no, we gotta he's on to us, okay, we gotta age restrict them both. Fake.
What I will say about the whole YouTube black shit, man, shout out to that. Respectfully. I hear what he's saying. I hear exactly what he's saying, but It's giving that spotlight to certain people who may not have gotten it before. I fucks with that. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's talking specifically for his position. There's certain people who have decent followers and such who may not actually get that same look on their on I guess on a YouTube trending page or whatever the case is, but they get that look because of YouTube Black. So I ain't gonna shit on YouTube Black, but I know exactly what he's saying. I know what he's saying though. It's almost as if, you know, you don't want the kids at the big kids table, or you don't want the kids at the adult table during Thanksgiving, so you give them the kids table. You know what I mean? It shows that there's some type of almost like a hierarchy in a sense. It's like, you can have this shit for y'all, but then here's just the regular. This is where the big dogs play, and then we'll give y'all your own section, so y'all could do y'all thing over here. But y'all probably not gonna be able to make it over here, but y'all got this over here. That's how it comes off. I'm happy when anybody gets a shot. That's how I feel.
It's fake. That's what it is. I am deeply sorry that this came off as a rant. You know, in the beginning, I wanted to keep my emotions out of it. I wanted to stay logical, stay on the things that I could prove. I gave you the facts, but it also turned into me venting the emotions that I've had built up around YouTube. Ironic that I have to upload this on YouTube, but where else?
Yeah.
You know, I worked hard. I built this community from the ground. It's taken me over a decade to do. And I would have just hoped that the playing field was fair, and that, hey, if I did something bad, then everybody else who also did that thing should get punished too. Is that unreasonable?
Nope.
I have no problem being punished. I have no problem if I break a rule that I get punished for it and I learn. But when you start, like, when it's targeted, when you're doing things only because I'm like getting bigger, or I don't know how it always seems to coincide with that situation, but that's just what it is. Now, if my YouTube channel gets shadow banned, or they, like, you know, they start like not sending my videos out to my subscribers, or you know, in a couple months from now, y'all.
Another problem, I've heard people say that a lot over the last like 6 or 7 years. I've heard that.
I'll just stop seeing my videos. We know why. We know why. I mean, those shadows behind the scenes, they control it all. They control all of it. If they don't want my channel, they could terminate it right now. They could hide my videos. They could shadow ban me, not send my videos out to anybody. That's why I thought long and hard before I recorded this. But as one of the biggest black creators on the platform, I want you to hear it from my mouth that there is some shady business going on behind the scenes at YouTube.
You got some balls for doing that, cause that's a tough call to make, man. It's a tough call to make because you don't know what's gonna happen as a result of you making that call. Like you said, you don't know. At any point they could just get rid of you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? It could also sometimes be a targeted effort. Like, listen, this is why I'm heavily active on YouTube right now, because I've built up a little following on TikTok. But my TikToks, granted, if you know my YouTube shorts, you know the type of stuff that I post on TikTok. But my YouTube shorts content and my TikTok content, like most of everything that I post on YouTube, post on TikTok, I end up posting on YouTube shorts. Never really had a problem with getting reported. I get reported all the time on TikTok, and TikTok is where I have the biggest audience. So I stop and think, could it be like the fact that it is people who just decided just want to be dickheads and report my shit? Or is it because TikTok itself is just moving crazy? You know? You don't really know. You're never really too sure. You don't know if it could be just, you know, hating motherfuckers, man. Because hating motherfuckers exist. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to claim any of it because keep all that shit away from me. But I believe, we can't deny the facts, bro. I hope that he gets to the bottom of this for sure. And yeah, man, I'm wishing for the best for my man CoryxKenshin. Shout out to CoryxKenshin. Shout out to you for watching. If you watched this far, I'm getting better at this video shit. Maybe you may beg to differ. If you do, I get it. But you know, just taking it one day at a time. I'm getting better. I'm going content crazy this week, people. I told you I was going to do that. If you've been watching, shout out to you. If not, you'll be watching soon enough. Trust and believe me. I don't say bullshit. I speak it into existence. Just like that, I'm Cool Hands. One of them only. The man, the myth, the legend.